It's Tuesday, November 25th, 2014. Just here to do a little trading today. This will be code 1. I've got the code figured out. It's very easy today, actually. And I'm going to take a code 1 trade. And I'll be right back once I take it. Actually, I guess I'll let you code traders see it. So you can just see what I'm doing. Going short. Going short for 20 ticks. Now, on this particular trade, let me see here. This particular trade, we have opposing code 1 signals right now. I got a code 1 long and then a code 1 short just now. So on this particular trade, since it's not two code 1 entries to go the same direction, I'll play a little bit conservative. Once it gets down here to the bottom of the chart, I'm going to place a break-even stop. It'll either break and keep going, or it'll bounce and go back up and hit my break-even stop. But I'm going to play a little bit conservative on this one. If it's a good trade, it's just going to go break right through. Just right through and just go hit the exit, no problem. Which is probably what it's going to do. But if it doesn't do that, then I want to get back out. Okay, here, because I'm going to prepare, let's see, where's the code at? I'm going to prepare a break-even stop. Also, I want to show you real quick, because this is important. Look at the 10-minute. Look at the scenario that we're in right now, okay? It just came all the way down, went back up, got up. We're in the middle right now. You see what I'm saying? We're not like, this thing could go up or it could go down. You see what I'm saying? It's like on the fence right now, in the middle of what it's going to do. Okay? That's why I want to play a little bit conservative on it. It's either going to come down here and break and go lower, or it's going to pop back up again. Just looking at the code here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, the 10-minute doesn't look very good. The daily looks good, but the 10-minute doesn't. Not that it looks bad, it's just sitting on the fence. It's like sitting on the fence. It could fall this way, it could fall this way. Okay, where's my out? Okay, setting a stop right now. I'm going to set it tight to 74, 73. See, it may want to just pop back up now. I think it is. Let me take a look at the code. It's sitting on the fence. Or it could go either way right now. Well, we got a code entry to go short, but it did go short. It just went shallow. Now it hasn't been broken, but it could easily just come down, just drop out here, or it might pop back up and go back the other way now, and it just went short and shallow. No way to tell until it happens. If it's a loss, it'll be a small loss. If it's a win, then it's still going to be a 20-tick win. Mathematics. Not going to get out here, or here, or here, or here, or here, or here. It's here, or here. Now the only other possibilities would be if it got another code entry to go the other way. However, generally speaking, if it comes down here and gets me out far enough, I'm just going to place a break-even stop. So if we get a code to go the other way, most likely it would go down here, then give a code to go the other way, then it would hit my break-even stop. Otherwise, if it's that shallow, then yeah, it'll just hit me for a loss. Okay, I'm getting ready to place a break-even stop. Let's see, where does it need to get down to? About 52. That's almost my exit anyway. Okay, placing a break-even stop at 74.66. 74.66. Taking a look at the code. Yeah, we're fine. Stop in place. So now I can't lose on the trade. And it's either going to be a win or it's going to be a break-even. Mathematics. Don't have to worry about getting out early or anything like that. Now, there will be times when it will go all the way down and come all the way back and hit your break-even stop. When that happens, don't let it bother you. Don't let it bother you. It's just consider it, that's the price that you pay for hitting these exits over and over and over again. The only way to hit these exits over and over and over again is to go for them. Otherwise, there's no way to hit them. You have to go for them. And sometimes you'll get on rolls. Well, actually, a lot of times you'll get on rolls where you'll be hitting your exits over and over and over and over again, just because that's the nature of the code anyway, and everything's just flowing really good. However, there'll be other times where it will seem like, man, you just keep getting your break-even stop hit over and over and over. Well, that's also the pattern. Now, if you wanted to, you could back off and say, okay, well, I'll just take it shallow. You can, but don't keep it like that for very long. You should be going for your 20-tick exits, because that's basically built into the code. If it's not doing that, that means it's tight. It's really, really tight. Probably shouldn't even be trading. Okay, in the interest of time, because it could take a while, I'm gonna pause the video. I'll come back and we'll see which one is gonna hit. It's either gonna hit here or it's gonna hit here. One of the two. I'll come back and we'll see. But don't get out right here. Okay? Don't get scared and go, oh, I better just take this profit and take it. No, because why? Because your math is bad. Every time you lose, you're going to lose 20. But then you only take 10 on the profit. Believe me, you won't win that way. It's a mathematical certainty, basically, unless you can get your entries really super high. Which you can with the code. You can, but you're going to be spinning your wheels. You're not going to be going anywhere. You don't want to do this. You don't want to sit here and work for nothing, right? Play the math. Okay, I'll be back. It's going for the exit here. Almost there. And there it is. How did I hit that exit? Oh, I can tell you. I hit it because I went for it. Now, I guarantee you, there's going to be times, well, I think you've already seen it in other videos, but you'll see it in future videos as well, where it will come back and hit me. And, your natural reaction would be like, man, why didn't you just get out when it was like, 18 ticks, 17 ticks, 15? Why didn't you take something? Why did you let it go all the way back and break even? I've been doing this for a long time. Watch the way I play and see how it works. There's a reason why I play the way I play, because I figured out mathematically what the best way is. I didn't just come up with this, in one day. This is a process that I learned through trial and error for many years of trading. Even knowing the code, trying to figure out what was the, here's the code, but what's the best way to play the code? You could play it in 1,000 different ways. What's the best way? Well, I believe I'm playing it the best way. It's the best way that I know how. If you can think of a better way, then great. I'm all for that. Always thinking of the best way. That's what I always try to do. But I'm just trying to show you the best way that I know how to play it. It works for me. If it works for me, it can work for you. So, okay, listen, I'm going to pause the video. I'll come back shortly, and we'll take another code 1 entry, and then we're also going to take the code 2 1 trade per day trade today, and every day basically we'll take it from now on, so we can see how well it works, and I can sort of teach you how to play it relative to the 10-minute chart and stuff. So it'll help you, because it's a great trade. If this thing ever comes back to 50 ticks again, which it used to be just a year ago, it's a really good trade all by itself. So anyway, I'll come back shortly and do some more trading. I suppose playing the code is sort of like a chess game sometimes. But it can be fun. I mean, it really can be fun to play the code, read the code, play it, and figure it out, and then take trades and get it right. I mean, it's like a treasure chest hunt, a chess game, a video game that you make money at. Let's go long. Code says go long. Just calculating my out just in case. Okay, let me go ahead and place a stop now. Placing the stop. Placing it now. 39, that's what, 12 ticks. 12 tick loss, or it's going to go. Good one says go long. Guess it's going to roll over here. Come on. Well, that's not what it's supposed to be doing. Code's still holding. Still saying go long. It's going to come down one and hit it. Well, that was interesting. Now I got to go figure out what on earth it just did. Okay, hang on, I'll be back. I'm really not sure what happened on that trade. I obviously had the code wrong, but or they changed it. I don't know. In order to know what happened and everything, this needs to be analyzed, and it needs to be analyzed every day. That's what I'm gonna start doing. I've got a lot of good things coming. This year, 2015, is going to be big for trading. I've got charting service coming to chart out code 2, so you know exactly where code 2 is running at. I'm going to have a code 1 finding service that will be code 1 will be found at all times. Well, not at all times, but during 12 hours of the main trading time. That oil is active for 12 hours. During that time, the code service will be active and running, and you'll be able to find the code. Very easily. I mean, the code will be found very easily. I mean, through a computer, through some software. And then on top of it, I'm also going to offer a fund, an offshore fund. I'm going to trade it and record it, and that's going to be for people to help them get started with trading or whatever. Anybody who wants to participate. But like right now, I just went out and thought I had the code, and I'm not sure if they changed it, which I've never seen them do here before. So probably not it, but I don't really know what the code is. See, in order for me to go figure it out, I have to mathematically go figure that out. It would take me about, I don't know, about a half an hour to go figure it out mathematically, so I could be 100% sure. That's really the level of accuracy you really want to be at, right? I mean, every day you want to be at that level of accuracy to have the computer tell you, yes, this is the code. How do you know? Mathematically figured it out. Well, I mean, you can do that manually every day. You can actually mathematically figure it out every day mathematically if you want to. Take me about a half an hour to go figure it out. After you do that every day for weeks and weeks and months and years, you won't want to anymore. And you really don't need to. I can still have a very high accuracy. But imagine if you could just like press a button and you could mathematically figure out the code whenever you want it. How would that be? And have that level of accuracy. That's what's coming. You'll be able to trade for 12 hours and be able to nail trades non-stop. And not only that, but if you know the code too, and then you're following the charting, then you can nail the code 2s every day for 100 ticks or more. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be out in the right time zone soon doing that every day. Showing it to you. Trading is fun. You're going to have a code finding service. You're going to have a charting service. You're going to have a fun. It's all coming. 2015. They have tried to stop me. And now it's going to become much larger because a lot of people are going to learn how to do this. It's here for the taking. I am going to take another trade. I think I'm going to go ahead and take another code 1 trade. Matter of fact, let me go target a code 1. And let's go ahead and take a trade. And then we'll take the 1 trade per day trade today. So I'll be right back. Oh, I think I figured out what's wrong. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I figured out what's wrong just now. It's the time change. Yeah, I won't say anything more than that. Listen, I think all of you would agree that this is, this is not something to do halfway. Do you know what I'm saying? This is something to do all the way, as best as possibly can be done. True? This is what's coming. We are going to take this to a whole new scientific level, and we're going to start, I broke the matrix, but now we need to up the technology, and now we're really going to take this to a whole new level. It needs to be tracked, professionally tracked, each and every day. That's what's coming. You can't do that by yourself. I can't do that by myself. It needs to be organized professionally to track it. That's what I've got coming. I'm working on it right now. See, watch. See, I had the code. This is really an hour forward. Okay? So there was a change. I didn't realize that. Again, like I said, this has to be mathematically tracked. Mathematically. Not guesses, not I think, not this should be. It has to be mathematically figured out so that you can be 100% for sure. And tracked so that you know all the changes and where they are. That's what's coming. I am about to put the tools into your hands to make as much money as you possibly want to. Okay, I don't have any code 1s right now until the code 2, so I have to wait till the code 2 anyway. So I'm just going to take the code 2, 1 trade per day today. That's all I got left. But I just want to say that the reason why I lost that one, that last trade, was not because I had the code wrong. I didn't. The code was right. It was because of another factor that needs to be accounted for and tracked so that at all times when you're going into the market, you know where you are and where everything else is. Because right now there's a few too many variables that are taking. Let's just put it this way. Of course you can make great money, as you can see me doing, but we need to take this so that we can perfect this, so that we can master it 100%. And that's what's coming. Okay, I'm coming back for the 1 trade per day, code 2 trade, and we'll take that trade and then call it a day. So I'll be back. Here's something very interesting to think about. See, this is one reason why I'm going to track this too. When we track this, I'll be able to find out what the answer is. Because here's a mystery. And I'm not 100% sure that what I just said is right with respect to code 1. It could be wrong. It could be another answer. That's why I have to figure it out. But if I am right, and that's the reason, then why is it that the code 2 is still the same? That hasn't changed. So there's a mystery there. And I'll figure it out what it is. Because it's important for us to know. Like I said, I'm going to take this to a whole new level now. A scientific one. Okay, I'll be back shortly. We'll take a code 2 trade. Okay, I have taken a short position for the 1 trade per day code 2 trade. This is actually a trade that you could go for more than 20 ticks. You could go for about, I would think that you could go for 30 ticks and still have a pretty high math on this one. You could possibly stretch it out to 40. But I'm going to keep it at 20 to keep the math very high. But let me show you why you could go for, like, let's say 30. Or like if this thing starts to stretch out and do more than like 20 every day on average, like do 50 every day on average, then you could stretch it out to, a nice trade. And here's why. Look at the 10-minute. Okay, just like yesterday, we got a signal to go short right at the bottom of the chart, remember? Same thing with again today, and the signal at the current signal, we're right at the bottom. So I'm like at the very, very bottom right here. But still, it's a signal to go short right at the bottom. Just have to have the stop hold. But here's also, it's not just the 10-minute. Look at this. It's also the daily. We're at the bottom of a daily, straight red bar down, and we're at the bottom of that right there. Just got to get the stop to hold here. The range is big on it. The range is large. That's why the stop might not hold. You want to sometimes you see this. What will happen is it'll run in patterns where the stop won't hold, and you better start placing your stop higher, or you'll get stopped every time. Or other times where you can play that stop and it'll work each time, and that's the way it's been lately. These stops have been working no problem, so you want to go with that. But if it starts to catch, it starts to do that pattern, then what I would do is wait for the entry and then give it more of a better entry. Halfback technique to what I call it. But we'll know when that happens. It'll start hitting the stop every day. Well, I mean not every day, but it'll do it a lot, and you realize, hey, I better do something here. Losing too many trades. But they still work. They still technically work. You just have to account for the larger range. And the range today is on the larger side. So it's not like yesterday where it was real tight. But we got chart. We got chart. That's what we got today. We got chart. Look at the chart. That's the daily. That's the 10-minute. It caught me right at the bottom of the 10-minute right there. It would have been better to get a better entry up here, obviously, like take an entry here to go short. But all that matters is whether it's going to hit here or here first. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that this trade would be one to go for it on, because you see, remember yesterday, and it just dropped really super hard, but didn't go very far, but it dropped really super hard. Well, this one could drop really hard like that again, but do it even harder. Do it harder and further. You've seen that before with this trade. You've seen this thing drop really super hard and go more than the 20 ticks many times. This would be another one to go for it on. If you wanted to go for a little more than 20, let's say 30, you probably have a pretty good math on that. Probably aren't giving up too much math. Maybe just a couple, 2, 3, 4, 5% maybe. So, but if you would have gotten a better entry, let's say right up here, like around 12 or so, obviously the 30 would be even better math. But anyway, I just wanted to show you on the chart why it looks good. Short entry on code 2, 1 trade per day, plus maybe you can get a better exit because of the chart. You don't see this every day, so I just wanted to point it out. Anyway, in the interest of time, I know this video is running long now, I'm going to come back and I'll show you the progression and, of course, the outcome of this trade. It's dropping out here. Just dropped out really quick. See that right there? Boom. It's going to keep dropping. It's just begun. It's just begun. I mean, you could get 30, 40 ticks off this, I bet. I'm just going to go. You could say, well, why don't you do it? Why don't you do it? Mathematics. I'm going to demonstrate the power of keeping the math high. Now, on your own, I know you guys are gamblers out there, so you guys are going to say, well, I want to go for it. I want to go for it. I'm just pointing out, yeah, you can go for it on this one if you want to. But if you're wrong, you're going to pay the price. But you know that, though. But it's all about math. You could go for it on one of these. This is when your math is in your favor. So you always want to go for that when the math is in your favor. But for this, purpose here, this one trade per day, I'm going to teach and demonstrate the power of keeping the math very high by going for just 20 ticks. Now, it'll be appropriate when the math will be very high to go for 30 or 40 ticks every day, or even 50. This trade used to do 100 every day. Certainly wouldn't want to go for 20 if it's going to do 100 every day. So, but right now, the math is high at 20. So we go for 20. What did it go down to? 85? I'm at 81 on the exit. Okay, this might take a little bit. It dropped out really super fast, but he wants to take a little breather here. So I'll be back shortly to show you the progression or the outcome of this trade. Just wanted to show you really quick that the trade has come all the way back up. So no break-even stop on this trade. Just going with the chart, going with code 2. Still got plenty of time left. 2 hours. Plenty of time. Just looking for the dropout. Now it already came down 25 ticks right there, as you can see. But it did it so... I don't think it's through because it did it so early. You know, so it got lots of time. There's a good chance it's going to come down and break that low and then go hit the exit when it does it. So, no break-even stop, holding, and see what it does. But it would be appropriate, though, that once it comes back down again and goes back down to the bottom here, to go ahead and place a break-even stop at that point. Because once it goes back down again, it should go break below and then go hit the exit. If it doesn't, then the mathematics would increase that it would come back and go the other way. That it could do that. So it's a way to prevent that from happening. Even though you might reduce your wins a little bit, you'll also at the same time reduce your losses. And mathematically, if it goes down there, it should break anyway. So if it doesn't, then better to stop a loss. Okay, I'll be back shortly. Okay, I think it's going to go for the exit here. Preparing a break-even stop on it. 85 is the previous low. So it's almost down there right now, went to 89. Preparing a break-even stop at 73.99. $73.99. Taking a look at the code. It's still very, very early. I don't want to place it yet. It's too early. We've got lots of time left. It'd be different if this was, you know... Yeah, there's just too much time left. And too mathematical high chance that it's going to go down and break that previous low. So I'm not going to risk it yet. I thought it was... what I wanted to see it do is go down to 85. Okay? Then I was going to place a break-even stop on it, but it popped back up on me. 5 ticks. I don't want to place it now. I'll come back shortly. I'm still waiting for it to go down. So got lots of time left. I'm going to let it go up and down all this time until it finally goes whoop and drops down. Which it should do, looking at the chart and the code. If that was its previous low down there, it only, even though that's a huge bar, if that's its previous low, I mean that's its low, then not only did it do it super early, but at the same time, it only went a very short, a shallow distance. It's not likely that that's going to be it. In fact, like I said, this would be one to go for it. 30, 40 ticks if you wanted to. Okay, I'll come back. Just going for the exit here. Preparing a break-even stop at 73.99. 73.99. Taking a look at the code. What's it doing? Boy, this thing just doesn't want to drop down, does it? Just broke below right there. What's the low? 85. Just went down to 88. I'll be right back. It is moving really slow and weird here. It is giving me a little bit of a... If I place the stop right here, it's above the right here. I think that's a pretty good place because it's most likely either just, if it's going to be a winning trade, it's just going to go down from here. If it's not and it comes back up, the mathematics would increase that if it did hit this point, that it would be a losing, you know, that it wouldn't be a winning trade and be a losing trade even. So I guess at this point I'm going to go ahead and place the break-even stop right there. I think somebody pulled the turkey plug on this thing. Alright, placing a break-even stop at 73.99. 73.99. Yep, let's do it. Yep. Because it should just drop down. It's acting weird. Not acting like, I mean, with the chart looking like it's going to drop like it does, and a code 2 to go short, this thing really should be dropping, not playing this game. But it may just play this game for a little bit while longer and then drop, and I'm taking a real risk here by placing a break-even stop. Yeah. That figures. I'm gonna come right. Okay, so it got me out break even, and I probably just made a mistake right there. It's probably gonna drop out now. It's just acting strange. I mean, look at the daily. Should be dropping out. And then look at the 10-minute. It's just really choppy in here. Doesn't want to drop. That's that 125 bar tick bar right there. 25 ticks. That's what should have hit my exit right there. I should have already been out. It came 4 ticks away from my exit, and then it didn't hit me. And then it's been choppy ever since. But it's probably going to drop again. Should just let it go. Oh well. Can't win them every day. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video now, and I'm going to come back, and we're going to see whether or not it would have hit the exit and had not gotten out, or whether or not it would have hit the stop, or somewhere in between. So I'm going to wait for like another hour and a half, and we'll see one way or another. See if I made the right move by breaking even right there, or see if I should have just let it go. Alright? So I'm going to wait, and I'll come back, and we'll see what the outcome would have been. This is why, as traders, we have to wear shirts that say, shoulda, woulda, coulda. I should have not placed that stop, and if I would have not placed that stop, then I could have made my exit. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. So, as you can see, I goofed. It made it to the exit. Here's was my mistake. For those of you who know the codes, okay? It was too early. I should have waited. If it would have been different if it had taken a long time and we're running out of time. That's different. But it was so early that I should have just waited, given it time, knowing that the math was that it would make it. And just what I wanted to do was demonstrate how you can, because most likely when it made it down there, it would have just kept on going. It wouldn't have popped back up again. And I knew that, but it did. And it did it one more time. That was the last time. And, so anyway, like I said yesterday, on this particular trade, you can just let it go. 1-to-1, let it go. No break-even stop. So, what did I do? I said that yesterday, didn't I? And then what did I do today? Put a break-even stop on it. And what happened? I missed out, didn't I? So I kind of like broke my own rule today. by placing a break-even stop on this thing. So what you can use that as is a good example of what not to do. You don't need to place a break-even stop on this particular trade. Let it go 1-to-1. But yeah, let it go 1-to-1, 20. Yeah, because as you can see, but sometimes it won't do that, of course. But just mathematically, that's the best way to play it. Anyway, it made it. It was another successful day. I hope you guys did better than me. But I'll be back. Actually, I'm going to take off for the rest of the week. It's Thanksgiving coming up. I'm not going to trade. I'm not going to, I'm still doing business because I've got a lot of people to help. But I am not going to trade for the rest of the week. But I'll be back next week. And I just want all of you to know that by the end of the year, all of the services and everything will be in place. And it's going to be a new year and a very big year. And I'm going to put all the tools into your hands to make as much money as you pretty much want to at this. I'm going to put some very, very powerful tools into your hands now. So, happy Thanksgiving, and I will be back to trade next week. Have a good Thanksgiving and a good Thanksgiving weekend. I'll be back next week to do more trading and back to the codes. Good things are coming. Happy trading out there, traders.